Hello and welcome back. So this is the time of the year when we kinda look back and take stock of what's been happening in the last 12 months. And in case of my channel, a few things been happening. Well, for starters, I've got a bit busy, a bit more than usual should I say, and as I counted, I posted 73 videos this year so far and reviewed more than 60 watches. So I think I have enough potential candidates to nominate for a number of various awards. So we have a number of categories today, like the best homage, the best clamage, the best diver, the best original design, and of course the worst watch of 2024, and even the weirdest timepiece of the year category. And if you think of any other categories, well, definitely share with us in the comments. But before we get into each of those categories, a couple of things. Well, first, these awards are based on my personal and possibly biased opinion, so therefore are not to be taken too seriously. Of course, you are more than welcome to express your opinions in the comments. And second, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, all the viewers and subscribers of my channel. Thank you for your continuous support this year. It really meant a lot. And of course, the links to all the reviews will be in the description, as well as the links to the products, which are mostly affiliate links, and if you use them, you will support the channel even more, which is awesome. So, the best homage. Well, we review a lot of homages on this channel, so I will start with the best homage category. And because we do have a lot of homages, this category was a tough one. So here are the contenders that I shortlisted. San Martin homage to a popular Tudor diver, Sistine Bauhaus style dress watch, and by the way, this one is the second version of this watch without the word original on the dial, which understandably attracted quite a bit of ridicule online. Then we have a very popular San Martin gemstone dial GMTs, which are a spin on a very popular Grand Seiko watch collection, but with the gemstone dials, of course. And the fourth runner-up is this also very popular, well-made and well-priced homage from Militado. However, the award goes to this San Martin homage. San Martin managed to incorporate here all the wishes of the admirers of a Rolex iconic diver. And by the way, for those no-date purists, San Martin has this model with or without the date. So, best macro brand that I've featured on the channel. Okay, I did feature more macro brands this year than the year before. However, to be fair, I haven't featured that many macro brands to make it a completely leveled playing field contest. So, hopefully next year I'll have more players in the game. But here are runners-up. The first one is Wayforth, that came up with a very interesting and practical 2-time zone design chronograph, which also looks really good. It will be very interesting to see what they have for us in store in 2025. Then we have this macro brand, Jangun, a San Martin spin-off which they are trying to position as an independent brand outside AliExpress. They released two very interesting models this year. The first one was a bit controversial, however, the second model was very impressive. And then we have Spinnaker. I reviewed very interesting GMT model from them with very interesting original design. I actually have one more Spinnaker model that they sent me recently, and I will try to post a review of this new model shortly. However, the winner here is Phoebus. I reviewed a few watches from them this year, and pretty much every time there is something interesting and special about each of their timepieces. And talking of original designs, this is coincidentally is my next category, the best original design. Quite surprisingly, we actually have quite a few original designs this year, with San Martin leading in this category among AliExpress brands. So here are the watches that made into my shortlist. First is the San Martin Skin Diver that they called a fruit series, and San Martin keeps on producing more and more colorways, trying obviously make the best of it. Then we get this updated Skin Diver GMT, also from San Martin, really nicely done. And one of my favorite original design watches is this very interesting Phoebus Diver. However, the winner in this category is this San Martin Ascent 0144X, powered by Miyota 9015 caliber and inspired by Chinese ancient porcelain craft. The dial on this watch really pops no matter the lighting conditions, and the level of refinement here is simply outstanding. And now the best GMT category. In a way similar to the previous year, the GMT complication seems to be one of the most popular, if not the most popular complication, with various brands trying to outdo each other. And I have three strong contenders here that almost made it to the top. First, this Q-Timex 3 time zone GMT chronograph, which is actually an amazing value traveler GMT timepiece from a big brand and actually can be found priced under $80, which is insane taking into account that it was initially priced at around $200. Then we have these two GMTs from Saint Martin that I already mentioned before, the Skin Diver original design timepiece and this very popular gemstone dial GMT collection. However, the winner in this category is Baltony with this really well-crafted GMT homage. The finishing is excellent, the proportions are just right, and I really like this somewhat unusual color combinations. The best diver of 2024. Now, this one is also a seriously tough category, because probably every third or fourth watch that I reviewed this year was a diver of some sort. So, the runners-up this year are, well, we have first this Watch Dives 50F, which is obviously a homage to 50 Fathoms, a homage that hardly needs any introduction. Then we have this System Diver, which is also an absolutely outstanding watch and obviously a homage to another very popular diver. And in this category I also have this above-mentioned Jangun Diver. A bit of a surprise maybe, however, it has 300 meters of water resistance, 3 o'clock indices, illumination and other attributes that could actually be sufficient to even have a go at current quite demanding diver watch ISO certification, so a very capable timepiece indeed. However, a somewhat an unexpected winner in this category is this Eddie's Dive Tuna Homage, also featuring 300 meters of declared water resistance, and this one has all the bases actually covered, including a very decent lume, and it can be found during sales for under $60, an absolutely insane value for money. And now, best go anywhere, do anything watch. Well, even though there were so many reviews this year claiming to showcase the best GADA watch there is, after a very careful examination I end up with only 2 watches shortlisted for the top spot. And so the runner-up is this Eddie's Dive, which is really an excellent all-rounder, and while it has some shortcomings, they become almost irrelevant if we take into account that this watch can be found on sale for around $50, a price that truly defies the laws of commerce. However, the winner here is this 37mm classic 3-hander from Watch Dives. This timepiece looks really good and it wears even better. And taking into account that it is powered by a smooth sweeping Seiko Mecha Quartz caliber VH31 kind of makes it a perfect go anywhere, do anything watch for me. And now the weirdest watch of the year. Okay, I do try to avoid reviewing really weird watches on the channel, however, after going through about 100 timepieces, some do make it through the cracks. So, on the third place, the runner-up is this Wayforth chronograph, which I already mentioned earlier. So, what is so weird about it? Well, managing to shoehorn a Seiko VK63 Mecha Quartz chronograph movement into tracking 2 time zones is a bit of a design fit in my view. Not very weird, but unexpected nevertheless. Now, the runner-up on the second place is this Jangun first release, a timepiece that is shaped like a war drum of an ancient Chinese military. Very strange concept that was also very polarizing. Judging by the comments, you either loved it or really did not love it, putting it politely. The interesting thing is that it was snapped away in no time the moment I listed it on eBay, which leads me to believe that there must be some true fans of this new style. However, the undisputed winner for me was definitely this Merkur Pierre Pauline watch, which combines 2 already weird things in one package: a TV test pattern as a dial background and a jumping hour complication. Really weird and cool in a way. I cannot think of any other such watch, so at this point it actually even joined the ranks of my permanent or semi-permanent watch collection. And as I promised, the best Clamage category. So here, unsurprisingly, we didn't have a shortage of really strong contenders. So first we have this Saint Martin GMT. Excellent build quality, all around excellent materials, very well built. I even included this watch in my rotation. Then we have this Baltony, a homage to a pilot watch, and this is also an outstanding example where kind of student might have outshined the master. And number 3 is this System Diver that I already mentioned before, and it hardly needs any introduction. And then number 4 we have this Baltony 1921, and this one is one of my favorite dress watches of this year. A really well built timepiece, still not a single scratch on it due to that hardened scratch resistant coating on the stainless steel case, and I really thought that it will win this category. However, the winner is the watch that makes no sense to me whatsoever, because it is not automatic, it doesn't have a date, well, it doesn't even have a proper second hand for heaven's sake, and yet it is my favorite Clamage of 2024, and it is this Hoodland, the Pilot Hamage, a stunning sapphire sandwich figure powered by a mechanical movement based on Unitas architecture similar to the watch that it was inspired by. And now the worst of 2024. So what would be the worst of the year without this category for the worst timepiece of 2024 that appeared or almost appeared on my channel? So the first runner-up is actually this chronograph from GADA, a homage to a very famous pilot. To be fair, everything is actually really good about this watch, the dimensions, proportions, and it looks really attractive too. However, GADA's choice of movement was kinda surprising to say the least, with the movement hands not fitting the expected chronograph dial functionality and as such, for example, rendering the tachometer scale completely useless. Okay, to be fair to GADA, they dropped the price of this chrono all the way down to $37. Yes, you heard me right. $37. So a lot of people decided to forgive GADA for the choice of movement in the favor of good build quality, looks and, yes, ridiculously low price tag. And talking about the price tag, well, this was the downfall of this GMT from Pagani Design, which takes the second place in this category. And the watch from the brand which usually prides itself in being AliExpress budget king. Well, not this time. And while this GMT watch powered by Seiko and H34 movement is really good in pretty much every way, okay, apart from maybe somewhat average lume, but it is the introductory price tag of $200 that took a lot of you and me by surprise. The price did finally come down, but it took a long time, and it is not that much more affordable now either, at around $150. So in my view, purely because it is still so highly priced, it is a well-deserved runner-up for this award. However, the winner is this Hamage from Spect and Zoni. I have a bit of a rollercoaster luck with the watches from this brand. Some are outstandingly good and some are, well, like this one could have been there with the best of the year watches, because when I unpacked it, I was really impressed by the looks. However, absolutely abysmal quality control let this watch seriously down. Like I said, when I unpacked it, it looked really good. However, I very soon discovered that the crown was jammed, which was the first time for me, and by now I handled probably more than 300 different watches from different brands. But that wasn't all. After I checked it under a macro lens, I discovered some more quality control issues, but this time on the minute hand. So this watch had to go back to AliExpress and go back as soon as possible, while I still had a chance to get my full refund. And now the most viewed watch review of 2024. So here are the two runners-up for the most viewed watch review, and the first one is this San Martin Diver, which generated quite a bit of interest and has been viewed more than 23,000 times so far. And the second runner-up with more than 33,000 views is another review of, surprise surprise, San Martin Hamage. However, the winner by far the largest margin with more than 50,000 views is the review of this Glassin Pilot, an amazing Swiss-made pilot watch which for some reason nobody was interested in for about 3 years when it was available for $199 all day long on the interweb. However, after a few weeks of publishing my review, this Glassin virtually disappeared and now can be only found at RRP of nearly $1,000. So my guess is that the lucky few viewers who were subscribed to my channel managed to get a really good bargain, which means you probably should subscribe too if you haven't already done so. Well, here you have it. Please let me know what other categories would you like to see in the future. Of course, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thank you for watching my content and being part of the audience in 2024, and I definitely hope to see more of you in 2025.